The macro is Team Hunt was the foundation. We started with our son, Hunt, who has a rare disease called mitochondrial disease. We wanted to show other Mito families and other kids that may have special needs or rare diseases or just troubles in life that they can adventure. They can do anything. You're not limited to what someone tells you that you can't do. So Hunt moves, we move for Mito, and because of Overland Bound in this community, we are on an adventure. Our adventure is not too crazy. You know, we basically, this is our house for about 3.5 weeks to a month. So we wanted to have enough off-road ability to have fun, but be aware that we're living in and out of this thing every day. So and I think we found a happy medium. It's pretty good.
Great. So we're catching up with your family now after 2 weeks.
Yes.
On the road.
Yes.
About. And
yes, about 2 weeks. Yeah.
Is this the first adventure of this kind that you guys have taken together?
Definitely. I mean, we've done weekenders and we did some prep sessions for this, but never fully loaded with fuel, food, water, gear, everything. So
when we met for the send off, you were clean shaven.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Had a little bit more
better too.
Yeah. A little more frequency of showers too. That's okay. That's okay.
Well, so how's it going?
It has been awesome because we've been completely off the grid.
Yep.
And Hunt has been away from devices. You know, he may have special needs, but he's still a kid, so he loves iPads and shows. But we've been places that we never thought we could go, and have met some awesome people along the way. And Hunt's having a great time. We've had some really precious family time, and I think we've made some new friends along the way, which is cool.
That's awesome. All right, let's look at the adventure rig. Just starting out front. So it has the first thing I'm going to ask about is this grill, for looks or functional?
Mostly looks. It was a little bit.
It's got attitude.
Yeah, it had I actually bought it from a gentleman who owns a ranch in Colorado, and he had a different front on it that didn't allow as much air, and so I was a little bit concerned about that, especially with what we're going to be doing. So it's a little bit of function, a little bit of looks. Yep.
Okay, and this the front, the air intake is part of this grill.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Correct.
And tell us about the bumper.
So AEV on the front, and then Smittybilt Atlas on the back. Just like the lines of it, it's a beautiful bumper. Have heard great things about AEV and all their equipment, and I'm a big backer of theirs. And it's worked out really well for what we needed it to be. And a Warn winch, the Neon, I think it's a 10i.
What's the weight capacity for it?
About 10K.
Okay.
But we haven't. I think the heaviest thing that we've lugged with it is Hunt's red wagon. We've winched in.
Did it get stuck good?
Yeah, it get real good.
But not in mud. Otherwise, the 10K might have some.
Yeah, it might have some issues with it.
Might have some issues with it,
especially if you had snacks with it. But no, we play with it a little bit, and luckily we haven't gotten in too much trouble where we needed it. But we've had a lot of friends on the trail, so
great.
Everybody was the first to volunteer if we didn't have it.
Great. I see you've got MaxTrax on here, and they're up above the cabin. You're using the MaxTrax to level for this campsite. Do you just stack the MaxTrax up high there, or do you have another location?
No, that's it right there.
Okay.
That's it. We've got the rack pretty packed. I mean, there's not anywhere else I could possibly put those guys. We've got as much gear as we can up there. But the rack has been awesome and functional.
For the mounts, are those MaxTrax mounts, or did you make something?
Everything is pretty stock front runner.
Okay.
So they've got, everything is modular and templated, and so they had those easy fit O-rings to go on.
Great. Okay, lighting.
We can get a suntan off this Jeep. So we've got, I don't have too big of a bar up front. Let me see if I can pull it down. This is just a 40-inch, and it's got a kind of a limb guard, tree guard on front. We've used it once when we were kind of in a big field area to kind of light everything up because there was some wildlife around us. That we've got a big spot on this side, and then a small 10-inch bar on the back, just for when we're setting up big fields, things like that. And a little bit of rock lights underneath, but that's mostly for at night for the galley and stuff like that.
Great. All right, moving along. So these are stock.
Yes.
These are stock here.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what the stock sliders are rated for, but you do have, it's the Sahara version. Do you know how strong they are? Can you rest these on a rock and slide down?
It's not recommended.
Okay.
I've heard that the one reason I didn't switch out to sliders is I heard that it was gonna be okay, and these have enough density on kind of the corner bottom to be okay.
Yep.
And they're not too plasticky, and they're attached to the frame, so if something happened to them, it's okay.
Okay. And you've got outlets there. What are these for?
Just to plug in. So
Yep.
if I needed something mobile up front or something like that.
Is it 12 volt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And awning?
These two are front runner, so front and the small rear, and these have been a lifesaver in a couple of different spots.
Where'd you use them?
Well, in Tennessee, we don't have as lovely a breeze as you have here. And when it's 98 degrees and 100% humidity and you're in a field, it's nice to have a little bit of shade.
Right.
10 degrees at least given back to us.
Tell us a little bit about the suspension, any lessons learned, where you started.
So I've got some Fox shocks on it. We did a 2.5-inch kit lift on it, and had never fully weighted the rig down until this trip. Even when we did some prep sessions, and when we were driving down the road this past week, it might have looked like I was driving a boat with the rear having a wake behind it. So we had some good friends in Santa Rosa that helped us, Jeep Speed Shop, and they put some Terraflex 2-inch spacers on it, and that's gotten us down the road, and we've been really happy with it. So they were a big help for us.
Great. So after that, coming up here,
Great.
you saw Beach on this road.
Yeah, it's been
no
awesome.
Tire rubbing.
None, not at all.
And then you left the front.
Yep,
Just
front's
the
been
same.
fine. Yeah.
All right.
Been fine.
And then your tires, what size? Looks like 35s?
35s.
Okay.
The old generation grabbers, but I've been surprised at how quiet they are. As big as they are, how quiet they've been, but they've been great. I mean, we've had some awesome fun on the trail with them. No issues at all.
Great. Did you air down on Corral Hollow?
We did.
Okay.
We did. I've got an Arabic compressor up front, and I think we got it down to about 15 or 20 psi and crawled right up it.
Great.
A lot of weight, but we got up it.
Yeah. Great. It's a good trail.
Oh yeah, it's fun. So much fun.
Any lessons learned on that trail for Jeep?
Don't bring the kitchen sink, because we brought that plus some things, and we have to be careful with hunt stuff because we need a lot of things to coordinate for him.
Yep.
But I think as a family, we've learned how can you pare down and what do you truly need, which I think is going to be a big life lesson when we get back home. But nothing. I think airing down was great. We figured out how to kind of redistribute the weight internally. And this thing's pretty top heavy with the rooftop tent, and I've actually got a riser, a 2-inch riser to accommodate more accessories. So it's got a little lean to it, but man, we put it in 4 low, just went up the hill. It was awesome.
Great.
It was awesome.
All right, let's walk around. Now, on the inside, is there anything we should see on the interior on this side?
If you have kids, I recommend the iPad. We've got RAM mounts everywhere, and the RAM mount for him has been great. And then we've got GPS in the front. They've been super steady, obviously, given all the terrain we've been doing, which has been awesome. I should have gotten an S-Pod and didn't. Instead, I've routed out half my dash to fit these switches in, which is great. But these run the compressor, the rear bar lights, front bar lights, and then side. But the S-Pod is just convenient because you can add, and it's modular, and I'm out of room, clearly. So we had to structure some switches in the back, which has been kind of interesting.
ran your wires through the firewall. Is anything on a relay?
Well, I have a dual battery system, a
Yep.
dual National Luna battery system, and that's about it. Having the 2 batteries has been awesome because we do have some equipment, video equipment, stuff like that, and just not having to worry about the battery life on that stuff has been awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Hunt's meds were the priority, and so for the truck, we had to make sure that his diet was taken care of and that anything that we needed to refrigerate was going to be okay. So it kind of started with, we've got to have a fridge, the right kind of fridge, and had heard great things about National Luna and Snowmaster and others, but we ended up just going with National Luna. The guys from Equipped were great. Paul really helped me kind of pick that stuff out. And got a permanent shelf. I just heard a lot of advice about that, and I would concur with it. It's so hard packing and unpacking a Jeep. Having that permanent shelf has been a little bit of a godsend. And then everything else is kind of stock front runner. So those hard shell cases have been great to pull out. We can leave them out. A couple of them are bear proof, which has been really nice. And then have run all the power back here so we can power the drone batteries, the camera batteries, his stuff. But it is a 2013 Wrangler. And for those that have 13 Wranglers, there's not a lot of options for us for kind of galleys. Like Juice Gear and those guys do some awesome stuff, and there's a few others. But given my time window, I actually had to build this, and I have a buddy that's a trim carpenter in Nashville who helped me put this together, and it's about as custom as we can get, and it was down to the inch. Where can we put things, and where do things need to fit, and it's really worked out well.
Great. Can we take a look?
Yeah. So just the
now is your friend going to get into the drawer system business?
He may.
This is looking pretty nice.
Yeah, his name is Ben Medina. And I told him he should because he did a great job with it. And this is version 1. He's already thought about a version 2. It's a little bit lighter weight, but it's been super durable for us. And we, he even helped me with the color tone to keep with Team Hunt adventure colors and all that, which is cool. But orange is great because you actually see things. At night, you can see things come up. So up top is just kind of your daily needs. Some of this is almost like a catch-all drawer. We got our Yetis, of course, and then below is all our dishes, and then we store some dry good type stuff. And then up here, I kind of have it stacked like anybody. It's the first thing out that you need. So this is camping oriented, like lifestyle oriented, and these are food, and this is very specific to hunt stuff, so we can get to it easy if we have to. And then we have some stuff for bourbon and wine occasionally, which you have to be very careful about for sure.
The niceties.
Yes. And then this is our front runner stock fridge slide. I think it's their 50L. But it's been awesome. And we kind of reconfigure this space occasionally. We put our some of our cleaning supplies, and so we can quickly wash dishes. It's kind of the first thing out, last thing in when you're cleaning dishes, stuff like that. And then Ben did a great job, and we notched out holes for the stove, so it's not going anywhere when we're.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah.
So it's I looked at a lot of permanent systems, but I had this, and I felt like we had the room, and so just notched that out, and it gave me a little bit more clearance, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 inverters to run power. This is kind of the bulkier one. That's about 1,000 watt. That's about a 400 watt. And this runs some of the small comm stuff. This runs all the chargers and batteries and all that fun stuff. And then this is just the galley.
The galley.
Work our way out from it.
You've got nice flat surface space.
Yeah.
Which is at a premium.
And this is the lighting I was telling you about. We couldn't, if I'd had the S-Pod, it might have been nice. So this kind of flares out, gives you a good footprint of galley. This is actually, you can't see it now, but it's a LED tape light. So you can buy it anywhere, Walmart, Lowe's. And the way that the front runner systems work, they have a lot of channels, and we just ran it up in the channel. So it's lit up here, and then actually shines on this too, which is pretty cool. and then the last is just rock lights, so ambient space underneath, so it's not crazy.
Glad to see it doesn't look like you've had to use that high lift yet.
No.
Which is a good thing.
This is a good thing. Other than lifting Hunt's wagon out of the mud, that's about it. Yeah, we haven't had. In fact, I'm hoping we practice with it some on this trip actually.
What do you do for a shower?
We have a kit that's I don't remember the name of it, but it's a gravity fed kit, and we can either pull it from that's about a 12-gallon tank up there, feed it into it and hang it up and come down, or you can simply pump it and hang it or have it sitting on the ground, and that's about a 3-gallon I think shower, which has been pretty effective for us.
And 3 gallons is just on-off shower. Did you guys use it on the trail?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It gets a Hunt Hollis who's been digging in mud clean, and that's he's the priority. So that's good.
All right.
Good. And the flag. I think that's the number one thing that's our first thing that we put up and the last thing we take down. It's just kind of fun.
Tepui tent?
Yes. It's a 3-man, and for us, it's great. Hunt's small, and so he fits horizontally, and we fit vertically. We're not big people, so we fit plenty of room. It's been awesome. It's been a way to wake up in the morning and have a kind of a penthouse view of everything. And Tepui guys have been awesome. They were super helpful in getting ready for the trip too. And we've really enjoyed it. It's been fun.
Okay. So now I hear this has had some reconfiguration.
Like every day. Every day, basically.
It all comes out. It all goes in.
Comes out, goes back in. So when we started the trip, we had color-coded bags. So big enough bags to kind of hold our stuff for the trip. And I am bookending this trip with work. So I have work clothes too, somewhere in this mess. But it was just hard to get in and out. And so we actually went to, it was either Target or Walmart, and bought these cubed access like closet organizers, and just roped some line on the roll bars in the frame, and just hung it up, and then got packing cubes organized so it's color coded of who has what. So like I get the least amount. I get the top 2, and then Hunt has these 2, and then Ellen has these, and this is our shower kit. And then we've got some Blue Ridge, I think it's Blue Ridge Overlanding. They've got some really good gear. We've got some of their gear for organizing. Like we've got some of his meds here, just some personal items here, and then our shower kit and stuff, which we haven't put up yet. And then some easy access like sand floors so we can change and all that fun stuff. But it goes deep, go back and over. Yeah.
Any lessons, anything that was different than you thought it might be, being on the road 2 weeks?
No, and this is still pretty stock. And
yeah.
This is, I think the biggest takeaway for us is adventure is accessible. And I think people of any status, of any challenges, that they can adventure, even if it's in your backyard, you can still adventure. We're going to an extreme to show that, a child with special needs can live a full life. And he just happens to love it. He loves Overland Bound. He loves everything overlanding. So that's not an issue for us, for him to enjoy it, which is great. We're not forcing him, but it's been awesome, and I would recommend anyone to try to explore and get out and learn more. In this forum, this community has been great, so it's a great place to start, for sure.
Now again, that is teamhunt.org and Team Hunt Adventures on Instagram to follow along and learn more about what folks can do.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some fun videos and pictures to share, so we look forward to sharing the story.
The adventure is going to continue.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. This will grow.
That will grow.
Yeah.
Great. Hey, thanks a lot.
Thanks,
really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.